honors geometry. So here's your 8-3 extra or more with trig on edge elastic. Just a couple more difficult, complicated trig problems. So here we go. It says find the values of the variables rounded to 1 decimal. So notice we have 2 right triangles built into one. So we need to focus on the right triangle closest to the right angle. So that'd be this one right here, the smaller right triangle, right? I believe we can find W using the 56-degree angle. So if this is my angle, so what 2 sides are you given? Well, we know the opposite side is 10. We don't know the hypotenuse, but we want to find W, which is the adjacent side. So opposite and adjacent, that's going to be your TOA, right? So SOHCAHTOA, that's your TOA. This is a tangent problem. So tangent of your angle, 56 degrees, is equal to the opposite side, 10, over the adjacent side, W. This is where we do the switcheroo. W comes here by itself. Tangent of 56 degrees goes down in the bottom, and we divide. And we're going to do W equals 10 divided by the tangent of 56 degrees. Let's go do that in Desmos graphing calculator. 10 divided by tangent of 56. Remember, every time you open up Desmos graphing calculator, make sure you are in degree mode. And we're doing 10 divided by the tangent of 56. And I got 6.74. We'll let the 4 leave the 7 alone, so 6.7. And that's my value of W. So now to find X, we'll do the same thing. However, what we're going to do is we're going to use the big right triangle. And we're going to find this length. I'm going to call it Y. Okay? So we're going to find Y. So here's 34 degrees. So again, 10 is the opposite. We don't know the hypotenuse, and we're going to find the adjacent Y. Now, the reason I use Y is because X is not the full length of this side. X combined with W makes this long side. So let's just make up a mystery variable Y. Let's find Y now. Again, adjacent, opposite, that's TOA, tangent. Tangent of 34 degrees equals the opposite side 10 over the adjacent, which is our mystery variable Y. Do the old switcheroo. Y equals 10 divided by the tangent of 34 degrees. And we'll type that into Desmos graphing calculator. So you can actually just change it up here. And that's 14.82. The 2 leaves the 8 and 8. So that would be 14.82. But that's your Y. To get your X, we need to take away W. So to find X, we're going to take 14.8 and subtract your W of 6.7. And that would give you a length of 8.1. And that would be your length of X, 8.1. And there we go. Okay, so be aware of how you're going to use that extra variable in that problem. Okay, one more problem coming. So now we're going to take a look at this problem here. So we got to find W and X. Now notice that X is an angle measure where W is a side length. So in this problem, I know that there's an angle of 30 here and a side of 6. So I'm going to use trigonometry and find this W first in this right triangle. So 30 degrees is my angle. So W is the opposite side. And I know the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is 6. So which trig ratio is this? Well, that's SO for SOHCAHTOA, sine opposite hypotenuse. So the sine of 30 degrees equals your opposite side W over your hypotenuse 6. To get W by itself, we're going to multiply both sides by 6. The 6 goes out in front of the sine of 30, and this will be W. Go to the graphing calculator, and we'll do 6 sine of 30. Again, make sure in degree mode we are. And look at that, it's a nice 3. Now wait, did you notice what I noticed? Because I did, and I thought to myself, should I do it this way or that way? So W is 3. Notice what kind of triangle that triangle is. Do you see this 30-degree angle here? Isn't that make it a 30, 60, 90 triangle? Couldn't we label it like this? Couldn't this be S? Couldn't the hypotenuse be 2s? And couldn't the third side be s squared root of 3? and couldn't to find W, well, we know that W equals S, and we know right now that 2S equals 6. So divide by 2, divide by 2, S equals 3. So W equals 3. You could have used special right triangles to do that, but we didn't. Who cares? Okay, so W is now 3. So now how do I find the value of angle X? Well, first of all, do I even know that that's a right triangle? I mean, it looks like it is, but that's not a right angle. Well, it is. Parallel line, parallel line. Here's your transversal. This angle and this angle are alternate interior angles, so they're congruent. Okay, so be aware of that. So now this is a right triangle. Now I know that W is 3. So now this is my angle X that I want to find. I don't know the opposite side. I do know that the hypotenuse is 4, and I do know that the adjacent side is 3. So adjacent and hypotenuse, that's ka for cosine. So I'm not even going to set up my cosine equation. I'm going to use inverse cosine because I have to find x. X is an angle. X equals. I'm going to do inverse cosine of, and now we do adjacent, which is 3, over hypotenuse, which is 4. And I type this into Desmos graphing calculator, and I get my answer to 1 decimal. So in here, make sure I am in degree mode. I am. So I'm doing inverse cosine again, cosine -1, and I believe it was 3 divided by 4. And that's going to be 41.40. The O keeps the 4 the same, so that's 41.4 degrees. And there we go. All right, so again, just trying to give you a little extra tough problems. Hopefully it didn't trip you up and you do well. All right, we'll see you in class. Good luck on this homework.